Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is Jax here back with another video, and today, well, it's been a couple weeks since I uploaded. I'm not gonna lie, the game wasn't as fun for me the past couple of weeks as it has been. Obviously, I was tired of getting clapped by drill every time, so I just kind of stopped playing ladder, stopped uploading. It was kind of a chore just to get on the game for the past couple of weeks. So I gave myself a little bit of a break. I just watched my friends, and I feel a lot better now, especially since the balances are out. I'm really excited to be going in for the meta. I don't know if you follow my Twitter, but if you don't, A, you should follow it real quick. Also, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. But B, on my Twitter, I just said that I was going to try and grind P.E.K.K.A this season. Maybe go for a top 200, at least get above 8,000, which I still haven't even hit, even though it was like not even top 1,000 last season. So I'm going to be trying to grind, and this is what it's going to be. I'm going to call it the month of P.E.K.K.A bridge spam. So we're going to be uploading a ton of P.E.K.K.A bridge spam content. We're going to be going over the basic guide that's going to be coming out sometime this season. Hopefully, it's going to take a lot of editing and stuff, but I also want to get the guide out for you guys. We're going to be going over Ghost and Dark Prince, Poison and Fireball, all the different variations that you guys need. We're going to be going over all of that as well as the mid-ladder series continuing. There's going to be a lot of P.E.K.K.A this season, so there'll also be some other decks and some other videos, but mainly P.E.K.K.A, and it's going to be mainly replies so I can teach you. I'm going to be going for full education while I re-pick up the deck because I haven't played it in a few months. And that's going to be the plan. If you guys can't tell, this video is probably uploaded in 1080p, which is going to be really nice because I have a new computer now. I don't know if you can't really see it because I have just the new webcam, but I also have the new webcam that's been there for a little while. Microphone's been here for a while, but we have the new computer now, so I can finally have a computer that can handle recording, uploading, and streaming in 1080p. It's going to be great. Just need to get finished the Elgato, and then my setup upgrades are going to be done, so I'm really excited for that. And also, I just got this cool new baby dragon figurine from Supercell. So thank you guys, thank you Supercell so much for sending this. He's really cute. I like him a lot. I just like how his tongue is sticking out. It's really cute. Let me know if you guys want me to put him on the dresser back there that I recently just like moved a bunch of clothes off of. He's pretty small, but I think he'd be cool back there. So yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the replays. So, by the way, also, currently top 250 in the world. Doing really, really well for just having picked up the deck. As you can see, I just kind of picked it up, and I've been on a 5-game win streak. So, I'm going to go over the game against CMG Sweep here. We're going to go over Cesar 7. I'm going to go over this guy who's in Cyrillic. I don't know what it means. And then we're going to go over Zizio Heart Eva Briam. We're going to go over those 4 games in this video, and yeah, let's just hop straight into it. So, as you can see, my phone is having a lot of problems, so the next setup upgrade is going to be my phone. Until then, I don't trust it to play live ladder. It's going to lag so much if I play live ladder with this, so I don't trust it. We're going to be doing a lot of replays, except on my mini. I'm fine with it lagging on my mini because I am probably a little bit better than the players down there, no offense, but I can probably make up for that lag at least a little bit. So Sweep goes in for a zap, and I'm just like, alright, cool, I'll zap your tower too. Again, always using that zap placement in the back left corner. That play has been working a lot for me recently. I've been getting a lot of plays, or a lot of cards where they cycle something like a Mega Man in the back and I zap it and it hits it. Just literally no reason not to cycle your zap right there. It is where they're going to play their cards the most. You can't cycle it towards the King Tower because for fear of activating. Also, it won't reach if they play it behind the King Tower, but you can reach that corner with the zap. So I go in for a bandit to counter the Night Witch, which has been nerfed into the ground. Thank goodness. I hate the Night Witch. I hate the Night Witch, guys. Like, oh my gosh. The no, okay, using Fireball is just, it brings back so many bad memories. I hate the Night Witch. So we just go in for an Ewiz and Bandit to kill the bats. I kind of wanted the counter push. Kind of not worth it though. I probably should have just let the Bandit do her thing, but he goes in for the Hunter to counter the Bandit. And I'm like, okay, I see that. So here I'm like, okay, he's probably going to Baby Dragon last second, or if he's going to Fireball. And if he Fireballs, well, then he still has to counter the Barb, so I can go in for a push. He does a nice Skeletons Predict. I still zap them anyway. Bandit's going to come over. She doesn't dash onto the Night Witch. However, she would have dashed if she had connected to the Night Witch through a dash. But he goes for the Miner anyway, so we're down a little bit of damage. But we're also up a bit of Elixir, considering we're going to have a Ghost on the map at pretty high HP in just a second. So Ghost is coming down the map, and he's gonna go for a hunter. So here I just go in for a magic archer again. This time I put him in the other lane. It was a mistake of me to put him in the same lane as my weak tower last time, and then I immediately go in for a battle ram. This time I don't want to give him that fireball value, and I also quickly go in for a bandit, knowing he only has Night Witch and Cycle and Skeletons. So battle ram doesn't connect, but he's got a fireball to magic archer just so that it doesn't get infinite value, and we zap the Night Witch, and we're gonna get a ton of damage onto tower there. So here I just ignore the baby dragon. It's to my strong side tower, and it's only got like half HP. There'd be no point in using that. So he goes in for the miner, and now here I was like, okay, I could magic archer the bridge, but I can't because he's just gonna fireball it, or he's gonna predict it like he did with the baby dragon, and it's gonna waste so much of my elixir to bleed out until I can do that. So I just end up going for the magic archer back, and Ewis stays alive. Baby Dragon doesn't kill it. Sorry, my nose is itchy, so I keep trying to scratch it quickly, but it's not working. So Night Witch spawning out a lot of bats, but doesn't kill the Ewis, thankfully. Very clutch right there. I go in for a Magic Archer gameplay. No, Magic Archer gameplay. Okay, sorry. I was just thinking about how this is like some of the cleanest P.E.K.K.A gameplay I've had in so long. So I was going to share it, and I just said Magic Archer gameplay instead of Magic Archer. I'm very smart, guys. This is the kind of content you all come here for. So, I go for a zap on the Hunter. I kind of just wanted to reduce its HP, honestly. I didn't intend to really kill it there. Um, He's going to go Giant Night Witch, but we do have our Royal Ghost coming down, and this was not a very good push by him. I just go for an Ewiz, and now no Death Bats. Let's go. No Death Bats is so huge here. So I go in, and since the Ewiz is going to go ahead and kill everything, the Baby Dragon's going to be there. The Ghost is getting on tower. So I go for a Magic Archer in the middle, predicting his Skeletons. I knew he was going to Skeletons there, so I go for a Battle Ram, and then my phone lags a little bit here. I could have zapped that Hunter so I didn't get one more hit, and the P.E.K.K.A would have been on tower. However, we do connect with the Battle Ram, and I just go for a Bandit to tank for the Baby Dragon. So here he knows that I'm a bit low on elixir because I just spent a lot, so he's going to go for a giant. But I know that he's going to try and overwhelm the P.E.K.K.A. He thinks I'm going to play the P.E.K.K.A. So I just go in for the poison. Why don't we slow down all those units? Why don't we kill the baby dragon with the help of the Ewis and the Night Witch? Is going to be gone anyway. And we're only going to take one hit here. Now we have a big counter push. So I'm going to split lane as not to give him too much fireball value. I go in for the bandit, knowing he still has to defend the bandit and the ghost. So I go in for the ghost on top of the Night Witch. I just zap her, and then honestly, yeah, we're just gonna let it all die. I go in for a magic archer towards my strong side tower. He goes in for a giant, and so here I P.E.K.K.A in the corner, and it crossed my mind that he might try and miner my P.E.K.K.A to the other lane. So I'm just like, no, we're not gonna do that. So I cycle in the opposite lane, which is gonna force him to protect and support his giant first, and then after, that's when he's gonna have to defend. And it's also gonna keep him pressured so that he can't cycle two giants, because with the skeletons he has a faster cycle than me, so I need to be careful. Magic Archer goes ahead and kills the hunter, and now we're gonna go in for another Battle Ram and Ghost. He still has to defend P.E.K.K.A, and I just go and spam him all out because he still has to defend those support troops. I go in for a quick zap. I kind of hit the miner, but not the hunter. But the bandit's going to go ahead and hit the hunter anyway on a dash. He's going to dash to the tower. I just poison there to kill the Night Witch, and the bandit's going to take it with the help of the poison. That's a really, really solid first game. I was really happy with how I played. I'm really happy with how I played all of these games, honestly. In my opinion, this is just some of the best gameplay I've had with P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam since, like, I was almost getting my top 200 finish a couple of seasons ago. So, next up, we're against Recruits Hogs, which this is one of the hardest matchups in the game for P.E.K.K.A, especially since the Royal Hogs just got buffed. But this guy is going to end up taking the loss, as you can see. I was going to share a loss in this if I had one, but I didn't. I just won 5 in a row with this deck, and I'm really happy about that. It's a great confidence booster because I haven't been doing too well with P.E.K.K.A as of late. So I just go in for a zap on the brawler. I had to go for a bandit at the bridge there. I didn't want to play her in the back because then the cage would pop, and I just wanted to play the bandit and pop the cage as early as I could so they couldn't support it very well. Um, so I just wait for like 10 seconds to make sure that he's also bleeding. I don't want to play my ghost before I'm at 10 elixir. So it was a little bit overkill, but I also just wanted to see if he'd make the next play. So I wait as long as I can and then poison the witch so that the ghost is going to go ahead and try and kill her. Like the poison kills the skeleton so that the ghost doesn't get distracted. I go in for a low magic archer, and he goes in for a fireball at 0 elixir, and I kind of screw up here. I was like, okay, I don't want to play my bandit. She's just going to die to those 2 recruits. So I try and pull it back with the battle ram. I should have played it a tile farther back, closer to the recruits. But he's going to go in for the zappies, and battle ram does connect, which is really clutch, considering I would have been down a ton of damage and probably not been able to come back really had I not connected there. So that's really nice. It's also a good morale booster. And we go in for the ghost here, and that's going to be really nice as well. He's going to go in for a flying machine, not a good flying machine. The ghost is going to go back invisible. I go in for a bandit to tank for the flying machine. Unfortunately, the flying machine is going to take the bandit down to the HP where she's not going to be able to dash. But we do end up getting the bandit to not dash, force out the royal hogs, and we do have the damage lead. So I go for a P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A is going to be perfectly aligned so that it's all the hogs I want it to. However, the hogs still do like 500 damage. I don't really know about that buff, if I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not sure if I really agree with it. I don't know how it's gonna be, but other than that, the balance changes were phenomenal. I'm super happy with them. So I go in for the magic archer right there, knowing he's gonna recruit. So we just kind of wanted to snipe them, but also I played it in the right lane so that they wouldn't go ahead. He wouldn't hit any of the recruits on the left. I only wanted him to help my P.E.K.K.A out, and since he's just gonna fireball, it's gonna be okay. So I go in for a ghost, let him get up a little bit farther, then I battle ram and quick drop a bandit. We're gonna overwhelm the cage. EWIS Bandit Dash, and now I get poison value on top of everything. The Battle Arm's going to connect. Because we took off the cage shell, he wasn't expecting me to go ahead and rush it. And then this is just phenomenal. Like, look at his counter push. He only has 2 zappies, and one of them is almost dead, which is really, really good. So I go in for the Ghost. This might have been a little bit questionable if he wasn't as low in elixir as he was. I let the recruit connect. That was an accident. I kind of wanted to stop it. But now that EWIS is going to be there, he's going to go for the Witch. So I'm just going to go ahead and zap. I whiff, but I also wanted to poison. So actually, I don't poison. I just go for a P.E.K.K.A here. 8 seconds left. Hogs are not going to do 1,000 damage, especially since my P.E.K.K.A, again, perfectly aligned, hitting the hogs that are getting damaged by the tower. Magic Archer there just to clean up. He didn't have his fireball and cycle. He was not breaking through. So we just go ahead and win that game. One of the most important things with this matchup that I want to get across is that you need to go for that bandit dash. Get her onto the cage as well as the ghost or any support you have onto that cage before the battle ram gets there. So you want to try and go in for the push. Bait them into playing their cage and then overwhelm that cage. And then it's just going to be anything else they play as poison value and your troops are going to clean up. You get a bunch of damage or even take their tower for free. And yeah, so that was really, really nice. So we're gonna go into the next game here against I don't even know how to say this name. If I pronounce it how it looks like in English, it's like a Hatom, a Haton. There's 2 characters that look like N. Like that's kind of weird. Cyrillic alphabet is really interesting to me. I kind of like how it looks. Um, I'm probably not gonna learn Russian though because that's a lot of work, especially since it's not in my alphabet. So I just poisoned this Goblin Hut first play. Really quick reaction time allows me to hit 1 tick on the first Spear Goblin, which is really good because then none of the Spear Goblins get a hit until the 3 that spawn out at the end. So I just go for an Ewis in the back. Bandit gets a shot and kills the first Fire Spirit, which is really great. Even though the Flying Machine doesn't cross the bridge, I still block for it with the Battle Ram. Fire Spirit jumps. Flying Machine whiplashes onto my Ewis for 1 shot. He goes in for a Valkyrie, and I go in for a Magic Archer off to the side. I didn't want to play my Ghost. I don't know why I didn't want to play my Ghost. I kind of wanted to just have a little bit of like the Magic Archer's pressure. Maybe go for a Ghost in front of the Magic Archer. But since he's gonna end up playing the Baby Dragon over there, I just go in for a Ghost down low to kill this Fire Spirit. So he's gonna go in for a Lumberjack at the bridge and then Flying Machine, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm kind of screwed now. So I just poison, but luckily he gives me the Flying Machine value. So I just go for the Ewis. Poison slowing everything down is really nice. So I know a bunch of questions are gonna be in the comments below about this. So should you use Poison or Fireball now that the Poison has been buffed? In my opinion, I would still say it's really difficult to tell this early in the meta. In my honest opinion, so far, Poison is so good. It's doing so much work in all these matchups, even against Mother Witch, and the slowdown is really, really clutch when you're playing a deck like P.E.K.K.A. It's just really, really clutch. So honestly, I would say if you have the levels, go back to using the Poison, but Fireball will still be a very solid alternative because Hoggies and Mother Witch are still going to be popular. So really, really nice furnace from him. In my head, when he made this play, I was thinking phenomenal. I was like, that was a phenomenal play. Fire Spirit jumps onto the bandit, baits out her dash, puts her within walking range of the tower, and ends up getting killed. So I just go for a poison on this. I didn't want him to really support it. I go for a battle ram low and in the opposite lane so that I don't end up playing into both of his buildings. I go for a P.E.K.K.A at the bridge. We failed to block, unfortunately, but it does work. Like you can see, we're able to go ahead and just kill this lumberjack real quick, and P.E.K.K.A's going to get a lot of value. So I wait for the second spear goblin to lock on. I tried to wait for the fire spirit to lock on too, so my magic archer would have HP, but I kind of failed. So then I just zap the furnace, and Magic Archer gets 1 more shot on the fire on the flying machine, and P.E.K.K.A gets a huge shot on the tower. That's really clutch. So I go for a bandit, then I go for an Ewis on the flying machine, and then I go and now cycle back to my magic archer. So that was the intention all along, was cycle the magic archer. He has lightning, which is not an elixir efficient answer to my magic archer. I batter him to block for anything he plays, like the spear goblins. Unfortunately, we don't block for the baby dragon, and the magic archer does die. We kill the barb, and a very valuable zap is going to go ahead and kill most of those spear goblins. And then he goes in for that furnace in the back, and I don't poison this furnace because I don't know why I held off here. I probably I played the bandit just so that I could see if I could get more value. We poison as high as we can to try and hit the flying machine. However, we do fail to hit the flying machine. So I go in for a battle arm. I know I have to kite. If I try and counter this lumberjack push all in the same lane, then I'm gonna get screwed. So I go for a ghost, and then I go for a high Ewis. That was a mistake of an Ewis. I should have played it lower so that it would be protected. Now we just have to eat the flying machine, which is going to put him very far into the damage lead. At this point, I guessed he had lightning or something of the sort. Go for a magic archer, trying to keep it away from my tower. We go in for the battle arm knowing he's really low in elixir. Fire Spirit doesn't jump, however, the bandit does die, unfortunately. He's going to go in for a barbell on top of this everything. Ghost is going to come in and do no damage there, and I still have to play an Ewis on the flying machine. That was looking promising, but didn't end up working out as well as we hoped it did. We're still down 500 damage, which is pretty bad. So here, I don't want to play my bandit. I just go for the P.E.K.K.A. We're going to tank this baby dragon. We're going to catalyst a big, big, big push here. So he's going to not lightning this magic archer, which I think was his fatal mistake. He's going to try and kill it with troops. Just go in for the battle ram to block everything. Going to go in for a bandit to protect the magic archer from the barbell. Then I go in for an Ewis here to reset, and the bandit's going to dash. We're killing this hut. We're back to another magic archer. We're back to another P.E.K.K.A. We're just going to play another magic archer. Ewis is double resetting that flying machine. I can block. First magic archer on the right here at full HP is going to die, unfortunately, due to the lumberjack and the baby dragon combination. But I just go for an Ewis. We're going to let the baby dragon kill the bandit. We go for the Ewis. We're going to continue to spam. He's going to play a Valkyrie there. I have another magic archer on the down for the past minute. There have not been any less than one magic archers alive on tower. Magic archers are doing tons of damage to that tower through chip. And then we go ahead and just play another Ewis. Magic Archers not hitting anything there. Magic Archers plural going absolutely bonkers. And we almost get down to third Magic Archer. One more shot on that tower. That was just Magic Archer mayhem. He just went crazy right there. And that was super, super fun. So we walk away with the win. We started playing really clean, and that P.E.K.K.A. was really nice because it effectively wasted his baby dragon for him and gave us a push catalyst, and he had to defend it. And then now we're going to go ahead and do this game against Zizio Heart, Eva, Brian, and BM warning. There's a little bit here because this guy last season BM'd me after playing really badly but winning because I had like no way to possibly win this matchup. It's actually featured in a replay video of mine not too long ago. So if you want to go and get some satisfaction after watching me absolutely clap him this game, you should go do that. So, he starts off with the Furnace first play. We just go ahead and do the optimal poison timing, getting one tick on the Fire Spirit. That Fire Spirit is not going to jump on my tower. I go for the Bandit right there, and that's a pro tip. As soon as you can react and play your Bandit right there on the other side of the bridge, she will double dash onto the hut, as you can see. So here I just go for a Ghost. Now I probably should have played the Ghost on the other side, but we do get some nice hits with him. So he's going to go for a Mother Witch instead of E-Barbs to counter my Royal Ghost, and I just quickly zap the Mother Witch. Phenomenal zap right there. Not like super, super like difficult zap, but just like a phenomenal zap opportunity, I should say. It wasn't actually that difficult. So now that now I know both of his huts are out of cycle, and I know he's got like a kind of awkward cycle, and we're up a bunch of damage. And since I know he has E-Barbs now, I can have my Battle Ram in cycle. So you can see that's why I was able to P.E.K.K.A. I have my Battle Ram in cycle, so if he punishes me with E-Barbs, I just kite them, and now my push is massive. So I go in for Ewis. I don't plan on really supporting this too much more than a Magic Archer. I don't Magic Archer at the bridge. Giving him Fireball value right here is the last thing I want. We just Magic Archer so that he's going to go ahead and start killing off those E-Barbs. I knew he was going to E-Barbs right there. So I go for the Bandit. He goes in for a Fireball, and I thought he wasn't going to Fireball a Magic Archer, so I zap the Cannon Cart, and the Bandit does not live. So I say oops, because I was kind of screwed up. Now we've given him back the Elixir lead. We still do have a really nice damage lead, and look at his cycle. It's kind of awkward. He doesn't have very many good cards. So he's going to go in for, it looks like a Furnace here, I forget. He's going to go in for the Furnace on the opposite lane. So here I'm like, okay, well look at his cycle right now. He's got Mother Witch, Goblin Hut. If I go Ghost, let it walk up a little bit, now that Ghost is going to go straight to his tower even if he plays a Goblin Hut for my Battle Ram. And then I quickly go in for a Battle Ram just behind it, so that if he plays the Mother Witch on my Royal Ghost, which he can, she's going to lock it on my Battle Ram. My Ghost is going to go crazy on her. He's going to have to continue to spend, and maybe I'll even take his tower. So we let the Ghost walk up a little bit. He goes in for a Mother Witch, perfectly predicted on my end, and then I just let this go. We're going to go for an Ewis here, And the Ghost is not going to take any Motherwitch shots, so no piggies for him. Ewis is going to reset at the last second. We take his tower all because of that Furnace he played in the other lane. And there's nothing he can really do to break through. This guy is supposed to win off chip, maybe overwhelming with E-Barbs, but only because I have to be aggressive and attack. I don't have to attack anymore. This game is as good as turtle and defend, like the Expo players. That is what we're going to do. So I just go for a Magic Archer over there. He's going to go in for E-Barbs here. Magic Archer piercing both the Cannon Cart and both of the E-Barbs. P.E.K.K.A is going to go ahead and kill that E-Barb. Flying Machine's still there, but I'm honestly okay with taking that lock. I'm going to zap it still just so that I can get my cycle back a little bit better. Going to go ahead and... Bleh, I was going to say poison those furnaces. That is not a word. Those are not words. We're going to poison those furnaces. That is what I was looking to say. And I'm going to just go ahead and cycle my Ghost in the back. We're going to go for a Magic Archer in the middle. He's going to have to spend way too much Elixir to kill the Magic Archer and also go in for a suitable attack. So we just let the pet Ghost do its thing. Mother Witch turns the Ghost into a Hoggy, but now she's at 1 HP. Excuse me, we're going to go ahead, play our Bandit, knock the Cannon Cart off its wheels, and just go in for that poison. 3 seconds left. He wasn't going to win anyway. He was not going to win anyway. That's going to be it, and I say thanks, and I hit him with the little GT emo action. He says nothing. Thanks, GT emote will always be the goated combo. So, that is going to be it for today's video. Sorry about the laggy phone, but we do have so many upgrades coming. I'm super excited. So many upgrades already here. This is going to be good. I'm really excited for the balance changes. Really excited to try and grind the game a little bit more. My school, it's going to be a good amount of work, but it's not as much as I thought, which is really exciting. So that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.